In Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verses 10 through 12, the text says, "The preacher sought to find words of delight, words of truth, and words of the wise." Now, these three collections of words, delight, truth, and wisdom, are the three most essential elements in a child's education. In other words, God's given us the responsibility to use the words of delight, truth, and wisdom to be the goading and guiding influences of our children's lives until they become permanent or fastened like nails, like the text says. Anything beyond these three elements of education, delight, truth, and wisdom, beware. He says, because the making of many books there is no end, and much study is wearisome to the flesh. When I first read that, I was thinking like, here at Lamplighter Ministries, we publish books. And I'm thinking like, what in the world does this mean? The making of many books there is no end, and much study is wearisome to the flesh. It's not talking about don't study. It's talking about don't study things that are contrary to the words of truth, delight, and wisdom. That's what it's saying. And now more than ever, we need to be the gatekeepers of the books that we allow to influence our children's minds, hearts, and souls. And I believe that what our children need most right now is they need to be guided by God's words of delight, God's words of truth, and God's words of the wise to help build their character. We need to teach our children that endurance has rewards. But just telling them that isn't enough. We have to inspire them. We have to surround them with characters in stories that have made it, that have persevered through difficulty and have received the rewards of righteousness in doing so. And so children that learn that suffering is part of life, they learn that God is good, that God keeps His promises, that God works all things together for good, that God is a rewarder of them who diligently seek Him. Those are the key elements of spiritual transformation and character development. When a child gets to that stage, or a young adult gets to the stage of hope in their life, where they begin to see that, you know what, God is real, God is good, God works all things together for good, He keeps His promises, and even though He allows suffering, He wants to give me hope so that I can enjoy the love of God being gushed out into our lives. And when people look, that's what everyone's looking for. Everyone's looking for love. Everyone's looking for unconditional acceptance. Everyone's looking for that relationship that fills the void. And when children, when they experience that kind of relationship with the God of the universe, you have prepared them for life and eternity, and these are the children that will change the world.